The Fodgip placed his tentacle flaps on the table. I scooted away a bit so the slimy appendages don't touch me. Felix, my name is Feldid Dan Gorsetaj Makilabe. I am here today to apply for the position of your mate. Excuse me? I opined. The sign had been clear when I posted it on the astral net of Galactica Prime. Roommate wanted on 6th Street, Balderlock Avenue, doesn't have to be human. Balderlock Avenue was a multi-race estate, but due to the high prices of accommodation, the majority of the houses there were owned by humans. The superior race, as many deemed to call us. When I posted the sign, I knew a lot of aliens will turn up. I just didn't expect it to be so hard to choose who'd take up residence with me in my 4-bit apartment. I'm looking for a roommate, not a mate. By roommate, you mean someone to share a room with as a mate? Felded asked, his 6 eyes blinking rapidly upon his bulbous face. Well, yeah, kinda. Wait, what? I rubbed at the bridge of my brow. I'm not looking for anything interspecies right now. So, no, just a room to be shared by 2 mates who aren't mating. It's like how the British used to call their friends mates. You know the British? Existed in the Golden Earth era before North Korea conquered the Earth and forced the unreligion. I made the sign of Kimun, 2 fingers touching the forehead. So there will be no sexual relations? Feldit asked. He sounded pissed. What even was the point of coming here? He got up then and made to leave. He stopped at the door, turned his grotesque lump of a head my way and peered at me with all his 6 eyes. He waved a tentacle. I know we only just met, like, right now when you showed me the rooms and the ceiling and the windows, but as I looked at all these things, their only purpose to me was to have them shared with you. You can't say you didn't feel a spark when my tentacle touched your hand, when we both made to open the kitchen door. I want you, damn it! Don't you feel me? He made this pleading gesture with his mouth parted to reveal rows of serrated teeth that frankly terrified me. I don't want you and I don't feel you. Goodbye, and call the next candidate in on your way out, I said. Kim Jong-un was a fucking tyrant and your religion is a lie, Felted opined as he left. You take those words back, I shouted, getting out of my chair and pointing an accusing finger at the Fodgip's retreating back. I sat myself back down on the chair and took a sip of hypolic water straight from the jug I had at my feet. I whispered a short prayer to Kimun, seeking guidance upon the Jong. A feminoid Vigorix alien entered. She came and took the seat the Fodgip had taken. She gave no sign of the discomfort of the slime on the chair the Fodgip had left behind. She was covered in orange fur that coated the entirety of her being, save 2 spots on either of her cheeks. Her eyes were green beneath thick orange brows. What is your name? I started. My name is Helios. Aren't you going to show me around? She asked. I want to see if you're of sound mind first, I said. I've started seeing the pattern with the candidates. There's this communication barrier that isn't entirely confounded on language alone. We simply don't understand each other. I want to see if we can get an understanding of each other before I show you around. For starters, do you have anything that you might consider off-putting for a roommate? She stared at me for a while, her irises doing this thing where they enlarge to fill in the whites. I have fleas, she said. I leaned back in my chair. Fleas? Yes, will that be a problem? Well, do the fleas attack humans? I don't think fleas care who they attack. Are they alien fleas? No, I'm quite familiar with them. I sighed. The fleas can't be controlled in any way? Well, if you manage to have a conversation with them, you might be the first to actually control them, Helios said. I rubbed at my brow. Is it difficult for humans to talk to aliens? Like, is there something actively laying sarcasm as the foundation of all my interactions, or is this just plain ignorance masquerading as sarcasm? You're not my type, she answered. What? I know when someone is coming on to me, human. You're not my type. I'm not coming on to you. You look like my hairy uncle for goodness sake. I can't... Helios got out of her chair and slapped me hard across the face. She had hair even on her palms, and the slap came out more of like a soft pat on the face, thanks to the follicle cushioning. The only reason I pulled away was because of my fear of her fleas. Without saying a word, Helios left the meeting room, and as her hairy back retreated, I asked her to call in the next candidate. I sought within myself for a solution as to why my current predicament was so tedious. Why was it so hard to get a roommate? Did I make a mistake in stating that aliens were welcome too? Why did I even do such a thing? In my youth, I'd always found aliens to be fascinating. Was this fascination the chore anchor of my current strife? I wondered what would the great Saint Kim Jong-un, liberator of Earth and the perfect picture of the epitome of what humanity could achieve, do in my place. Up next, an alien whose skin was the colour of ivory made his way to the seat opposite me. His eyes were completely white, and his hair was white too. He looked like a cloud in the shape of a man. I hoped he would be different from the other candidates. "Hello, please share your name and a little about yourself," I said, while interlacing my fingers before me. "Hey, how are you doing?" The alien started. "My name is Bleak. What's yours?" "My name is Felix," I said. I started feeling really good about Bleak. I could tell we were hitting it off from the word go. "Can you tell me a little about yourself?" Sure, Bleak said. "Have you watched Fight Club?" "The movie with Brad Pitt? Yeah, I have. It was before the North Korean era of supremacy, but I recall it. Good film," I said. "Yeah, so you see how the film is about fighting?" Bleak asked. Yeah, I know that. Though you might argue that the film touches deeper on the element of identity crisis," I said. "Well, I was just a Kiliotis, that's the name of an infant on planet Killis where I'm from, when I watched the movie Fight Club and decided I'm going to make that movie my whole life." "Oh?" "Yeah, I beat people up for absolutely no reason at all. I beat my previous landlord, beat my father, beat my mother, I beat my siblings. On the way here I got beat up by 3 guys, but it's because I started beating on them first. I beat everything, including myself." "Oh." "Yeah, I masturbate a lot. It's the only way I can let off some steam if there's no one else to fight." He smiled at me, and the unease I felt heightened. I tried to water things down with some light banter. You know, in the movie Fight Club, the first rule is you shouldn't talk about Fight Club. It's the first rule, yet here we are, talking about it. I gave a nervous chuckle at this conclusion. "So who died and made you the master of what I'm to talk about?" Bleak asked. "No, I'm just saying in the film it's a known rule that you shouldn't talk about Fight Club." "I swear if one more word comes out of your stupid mouth, we're throwing fists," Bleak said. His words had an air of finality to them. I didn't say a word, and neither did Bleak. He was waiting for me to speak so he could pounce on me. I could tell from how tight he curled his fists on top of the table. So I stayed silent, and he stayed silent, and we ended up just staring at each other. An hour passed with us still sitting there, staring at each other, and I made a mental note to never look for an alien roommate again.